Good afternoon, YouTube. So today, I'm gonna swap out the water heater. I already kind of pulled it out and pressure tested it, seen what the issue was. I had a little hairline crack inside of the tank, but just now noticing we are dripping water from somewhere. Well, that kind of sucks. Let's go take a look, see what we got going on. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. All I can think of is the water heater. I'm gonna shut you off and I'll come back. Bunch of water right there. That's in front of the water heater. I think we're gonna need to try to figure out how to take the water heater out. Never done that one before. Just what I want to do today. I was thinking, it'd be fun to take the water heater out. You know, just one of those things. Your mission is to do one thing, and now you're gonna get sidetracked. And when I say you, I mean me. I have to work on this. Let's figure this out. This is what I'm dealing with. It's flooding out a little bit. It's just a couple drips here and there. So nothing crazy, just a slow drip, but we got to fix it. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the water heater in your RV. It's not that hard, really. I did pull this off already, so let me just kind of go over with you what has to be done on this. This would go around here. There's 4 screws you can see. It goes in each of those corners. Those 4 screws come out, and then you might have a bead of silicone holding this puppy in. You just got to take a putty knife or something and scrape that away, and it pops right off. And then literally, this slides out. But here's our next steps. So first steps we want to take, we're going to drain the water heater. You got to turn your water heater off for a few hours, run all the hot water through, and get cold water in there first. Let's get started. I'm going to drain this first, because if it's not drained, she weighs a lot. It's 10 gallons times 8 pounds per gallon. It'll be like 100 pounds. Anyways, it's 12 gallons. Okay. So let's start by draining that. Okay, so here is the drain spot right here. Now on mine, this is a 12-gallon water heater. On mine, it's a 27 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. Oh, okay. That reminds me, turn the water off first. I'm gonna come over here and turn this puppy off. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. Yep. That's definitely a step you want to do first, is turn the water off. This could be one of my issues. This is your anode rod. You want to replace these yearly. It's a certain kind of metal that actually will let the water attack it before it attacks your tank. And you can see here, mine's destroyed, which is maybe why the tank ended up getting destroyed. I don't know. So we're gonna let that drain for a few and we'll come back. All right, so I disconnected the fittings on the back, the water fittings on the back. Next thing is we need to disconnect the propane. This is your propane heater line. So disconnect that fella. Make sure you turn your propane off when you do this. I was just thinking about. You want to turn the propane off first. You're going to do it in the right order. Okay, disconnect this and push it through because you're going to pull this through. Should be ready to start pulling her out. Now we're going to have some electrical wires to deal with. Okay. We got these wires here to deal with and set on the other side too. So first thing I'm going to go do is I'm going to turn power all the way off on the RV. After you shut the power off, you can go ahead and disconnect these wires. Okay. Now this side, you're going to have these wires to deal with. Make sure you don't forget about this little box here. That's the control box. We got all the wires separated. We have the 4 wires on this side, the 3 on that side, and that should be it. If I remember correctly. Okay. As you can see, she's been leaking a little while, but here's those fittings I was telling you about. You got the 2 water fittings right here. And I got this high-tech little stand built to hold it. Here's your propane tank. Let me take you over here. Let's go look at the new one. I got this puppy here in about 4 days off Amazon. It's just a stock replacement. Normally I like modifying stuff with a nice upgrade, but when it came to the water heater, I didn't even want to mess around. I wanted a brand new factory one, because really the only upgrade you can do is tankless, and I'm not feeling that. Here she is. All right. Let's see, we got 4 wires. Yep, we'll connect up the wires first. Go from there. One issue I already see is I gotta transfer over the fittings on the back, so let's go do that. I think my neighbors are moving in right at the time I'm doing this. Yeah, they coming. All right, we're gonna take a break for a few while they do that. I don't want to be in their way or be a distraction. All right, we're gonna swap these pieces over to this guy. Yeah. Looks like that needs to be cleaned up before we get too carried away. You can kind of see in there. So this guy goes the top one, smaller one on the bottom. Watch out for a minute. Jeez.
Are you getting it or?
Yeah. Just stretching my back. Jesus. So that was a 22 millimeter. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, attach the old ones. I went down to the store to look for new ones and had nothing. We're gonna go ahead and put these fellas in. Anyways, get some pipe dope on the threads. This one fits in very tight, so I don't love that, but I got no other options. One thing you could do is you could order these with new ones if you wanted. That's what I would do next time differently, but whatever. I hate pushing this hard on it. I'm gonna call that good. Go ahead and do the top one now. This one had a valve in it, so I really wanted a new one, but that was especially not gonna happen. Used to the white pipe dope. I don't know what this stuff, but it's what they had. It's great. It's really watery. I don't like it. Don't love it, but so long as it don't leak, that's all we're worried about. Okay. Get those 2 fittings in and just reverse everything we did. So, got a bunch of people out over there. It's annoying. I think I'm gonna take a break and come back in a few, and maybe we got less peoples over there, huh? Gotta go up front first and take this cover off. So we're just gonna pretty much reverse everything that we did. Make sure I got all the wires out there. Power's on. Okay. So we're just reversing everything. Give the tug test, make sure nothing's gonna come out. Okay, there it's good. Hopefully they're all the same colors.
I think so. Okay. I was looking earlier.
This guy is a little control box. We're just going to kind of shove that in back there. That goes inside there. Shove all these wires in there nice and neatly. We need to get this propane line. Here, come over here. So here's the propane line. Push this back a little bit further. Okay, now nice and snug. I'll get this little nipple rubber thing back in there. All right, let's see. You gotta watch your little line here. There we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna go on the back side, reattach those water lines. I got all the lines hooked up inside. The hardest part is getting those lines hooked up inside. Depends how much access you got. Anyways, before I put this on, get it all siliconed in, I want to make sure it works before I bolt all this back in. So we're going to go turn the water heater on, give it some time, see if we get some hot water, and make sure nothing's leaking. All right, and I'll see if the gas will kick on. Just gas first. I just want to hear it. Here's the new water heater all installed. Hopefully she works. I got the you can hear the gas running right now. You see it up in there. But all right. First thing is just turn your water back on. Get the tank all filled back up. Come inside, turn your hot water on, and just leave it open while it fills up, you know, until you get a steady stream maybe. That way you're assured that you can let all the air out of the water heater that's trapped inside, so it can replace it with water. There we go. It took about 5 minutes. So just keep that valve open until it comes out a nice steady stream. All right, y'all. So update video. We're finished. I finished it that day. Got it all installed. I'm gonna put the final little plate on. And it went very easy. I would not be scared to tackle this on your own if you're any kind of a DIYer. It's very simple. Let me show you where mine failed though. You can see the watermarks here and here. And that's where it was slowly leaking out. And what's funny is it would only leak out if the water heater was on. If the water heater was off, it wouldn't really hardly leak out none. So that's where mine failed, was on the tank. And I think it may have been patched up in the past sometime, because that looks like a goobery mess. I don't know if I believe these are stock welds. That does not look like a stock weld. It's got all the chitter chatter from someone welding on it. I definitely wasn't gonna try to patch her up again. Anyways, I'm gonna take you over with me and let you watch me finish buttoning it up now. This plate here just attaches on. Let me see all that. Yep, just like that. You wanna make sure to have this little part up top. So this will just slide back on. All right, I got this slid on. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a gap here because I want to put a bead of caulking inside there to seal it down on top. I got this little Ryobi caulking gun that really makes life easier for this kind of stuff. See there. Put a bead of caulk down. Now I'm gonna bolt it down to, and this right here, it just bolts down to this part. So you gotta make sure you got this in right where you want it and everything. And then we're just gonna bolt this little plate down to it. So I'll do that. I'll bring you right back. I'm just gonna kind of run my finger around it and try to make sure she's all sealed up. As you can see, it's all sealed up around it. I'm gonna come back after it dries and make sure everything looks good. Maybe patch it up. It should be clear. Anyways, this thing goes back on nice and easy. It just has 2 little holes that we're gonna line up with these fellas. And we put that through here. Okay, all done. I'm gonna clean that up tomorrow. Well, appreciate you watching. I hope that might be helpful if you're considering working on your RV water heater.